Hi there! Today we're looking at the Oleo 10 puzzle by Puzzle Master, designed by Yuu Asaka. Special thanks to Puzzle Master for sending this in free of charge so that we can make this video for you. Now, this puzzle comes to us in a nice little plastic bag with different things to look at. We've got an insert with the Oleo 10. This is a level 8 out of 10. There are 6 circles, but not enough round holes. Let's get right into it. Alrighty, as you can see, we've got some pieces here. This is in fact one of the first puzzles I have of Yuu Asaka, because this is brand new, and I have actually watched the other puzzles being solved on other channels, particularly Chris Ramsey. So this one though, I'm going to be solving blind. As you can see, we've got laser cut, I believe acrylic. We've got some black pieces which are going to be hard to see on here. And we've also got some red squares. So this is a circle. Now without further ado, oh hold on. Alrighty. Anyways, let's see if we could solve this puzzle, the Oleo 10. Let's start the timer now. Alrighty, so we've got, what do we have here? 4 black pieces, and they fit pretty neatly into this area. It looks like some weird alien cheese, but more importantly, we need to be able to fit 6 circles into this frame, because the rule is we need to fit all 6 circles and 4 rectangle pieces into the square base. I guess it's square, the base, in terms of the right angles, but one side is longer than the other. So they might be a little bit mistaken. So as you can see, just throwing the black pieces randomly in only allows me space for 4 of the circles. We need to be able to fit more. Knowing Yuu Asaka, sometimes things are not usually arranged in the way you think they are. So even though it fits very neatly as 4 columns, perhaps we can move them around and rotate them into rows. So immediately that does not seem possible, clearly. So I guess I'm going to make a risk and make the assumption that they gotta be 4 columns. There's many different combinations that you can insert the black pieces though, right? You can flip this around, you can also put them in 1 of 4 places. A lot of different combinations to cover. So this doesn't seem too easy. We've got a lot of things to consider, and I do not want to try brute force. And it looks like all the pieces are unique as well. Could we place this here like so? Yeah, we can place 2 circles. Okay, so that's pretty promising. Can we squeeze in some more circles? So I could see if we have these 2 pieces, like that, we could make space for 1, 2 circles. And fingers crossed, if we can orient this whole unit some way, we could make space for 1 circle. Like that, we would clearly not have a circle here nor here. Could we flip this over? No? See, we're just 1 away. Would it be possible to take these 2 units, place them aside, and shift this over to the other side, making this slot available, right? We still have 2 here. This part is broken. Could we flip that around? No. That's still broken. And similar situation here. What if we have this in the middle? Like so. That would give us options on the left and right, right? So we could have something like Well, it looks like we already have a problem. There's no matching here. There's no matching here. In all 4 orientations, we have no more circles on the right side. On the left, could that work? We have 1 circle. And once again, that doesn't work. But what I find oddly suspicious is that you have the circle cutouts in the middle here, but none of these lined up. Could we attach them together like so, and then do something on the other sides like this? Well, that still brings us to 5 circles, right? Now, it might be a little easier if we have it on its back for now, assuming that this is how we're going to have the pieces oriented. Again, this crazy thing is happening where you have so many different halves here, but they're always ever so slightly misaligned. That's freed up the middle, but now this side only has 1 circle. 5 circles. We still have this 1 circle spot left. We can't flip one of these double units over because this is in the center, so that would still stay the same, presumably, right? If you flip this over, you'd still have mismatching. I still think that there could be some fancy way of placing the black pieces in the frame that are not 4 columns. But how would that work out? You could have pieces mesh in together like so. That gives us very little space left. Okay, so I am not too sure if I'm barking up the wrong tree. You know, a part of me wants to write a program to just try every possibility and then solve it and see if it works. But that would not be the point of this puzzle, would it? We've got 1 slot here in the center, 0 slots in the center, 1 slot in the center. And that's the only center slots there are, right? So if we ever have a circle with the center slots, this would be the only way to get that. Well, that, and then we could also flip it together like this. My mind is blowing constantly. I think I'm gonna have to rewind and start reasoning from the start again. So we've got a slot of 1. There are only 2 sides of a rectangle that have a single slot, which is these 2. There are only 2 other sides, these 2, here and here, that have the opportunity for 3 circles. Other than that, all the other slots have spots for only 2 circles max. Therefore, each column or combination can only have 1, 2, or 3 circles. We reasoned that if we have a combination that allows for 3 circles, we must have at least a combination of 2 and 1 in here. We cannot have this pair with 3 circles such that this center circle is there, because that would always mean that one section cannot have a circle. So this center piece must be on the outside, like so, because at least even if the center slot is not available, the top slice or top position will work. However, this slot restricts this pair to only 1 circle, so this must be on the outside or correspond to something with a single slot, which does not work. So we're going to have to take that over here and then try to work it out just by flipping this piece. Well, we still have to find something to fit with that circle. And it looks like the only possibility is this right here. So we have that circle, which makes a burden on us here to make 2 circles. We cannot do that in both ways. Therefore, we cannot use this combination with 3 circles on a side of a puzzle. We can move it to the center, which we tried, but I need to double check, make sure I completely rule this out. This center slot can only work with this center slot here, which we've locked, so we cannot actually fill this in at all. That would mean we have to make 3 here, which is not possible because there are only 2 slots. What does that mean for us? That means no matter where we put this pair specifically with this triple circle slot combination, it will not work. So we're gonna have to break that up as we did before. The only other unique combination is the pair with only 1 circle, which is this pair. And I already tried this out, but let's see what we can do. Well, since there's only 1 circle here, the burden is to make 3 in one of these, and then 2 in another. However, the only way to make 3 circles are these slots here, which are forced to be away from each other because we have made this combination. So a single slot circle isn't possible on its own as well. If not single circles, not triple circles in these pairs, there must be 2 circles in each pair. If that's true, we must get rid of these single slots from the pairs. Otherwise, they will restrict one of those pair combinations to a single circle, which is what we don't want. So if we place those on the outside, well, in this piece here, we have a single center slot. No other piece has a single center slot, so that means only this slot can be filled in, restricting to whatever combination this piece relates to only 1 circle, which is not good. So even putting the slots on the outside is not possible. So therefore, there's no combination here that would work with 3 circles, or only 1 circle, or 2 circles each. So something is very wrong here. What's going on? This doesn't seem possible. What can we do? Okay, so I've resorted back to just trying to fit things in a weird way in the frame. I am so glad I took at least 1 course in mathematics in university. Otherwise, trying to reason through this is like a monster. It feels like I wrote a full paper or something. No piece here I think would mesh with a single slot. So I'm going to place a single slot in the bottom, and same thing with a single slot on top. So, in what ways can we mesh these pieces? But I don't think anything would mesh with this. So, something is still wrong with my approach. I don't know what it is, but I'm just gonna keep noodling around and see what happens. Something's gone horribly wrong. I don't know what I'm doing. Things that don't work out right. Things are gonna be... Okay, let's see if we can fit these here. And... Well, I fit all the circles. Except this piece. So, there's so much more flexibility if we are able to place things like this, right? Instead of things being off by 1, we just have to shift it over. But I cannot fit another black piece. This is the longest I think I've spent on a puzzle on video so far. It's almost... we're nearing easily an hour. This is the biggest circle, or biggest gap and it's still not possible to squeeze one of the pieces in like so. It must not be possible to have both a vertical and a horizontal black piece. But that removes so many circles, or so many spots for circles. How in the world are they supposed to fit? Oh gosh. This must be it. Almost on the dot. 1 hour. Yuu Asaka, you're a crazy person. That's a solution. Wait, that's weird. Okay, so I did get an overlap here and here, but I did not get any piece that are overlapping in the center. Yet the pieces shift over and make a circle. This is... How do you come up with something like that? That's just astonishing. Very, very great puzzle. I think it's worth it getting this. Any other thoughts do I have? I think you're crazy, Yuu Asaka. You're forcing me to think there's only one way the pieces go, which is 4 black columns. After reasoning through it is an impossible task, and I had to take another route. Yeah, this is a very, very satisfying puzzle, especially if you don't just end up trying every combination. You do a little bit of reasoning. One of my suspicions was correct that there's a misconception Yuu Asaka plays on that makes you very confused when it comes to solving a puzzle like this. It's absolutely mind-blowing how it fits perfectly in 4 columns. Makes you think that's the way to solve it, but it is mathematically or logically impossible, and you're actually forced to line things up like this in some weird haphazard appearing way to fit the circles in. I have no idea how I would come to a puzzle like this. Solving it already was very difficult. You pulled it off again, Yuu Asaka. Now, the build itself, it's quite decent. I like how the pieces are slightly shiny, but no matter how you record it or take a picture of it, it looks awesome and incredible. It's crazy. This took me about an hour long. The exact time is going to appear, of course, I think in the bottom here. One other thing, these cuts are not actually round on the acrylic. I'm not sure if you can actually see that. Still, the pieces fit well, except for that one column piece that was a bit tight. I think a little bit of sandpapering will remove the extra bit, but overall, it's a very clean cut puzzle. So it's just a very small, negligible artifact. But overall, this is an incredible puzzle. It's gonna leave me in awe for quite some time, and I feel guilty that I just accidentally stumbled upon it. I think this puzzle is a great thing to go for. You definitely get your money's worth in terms of time on this puzzle. And when it's done, it looks like a very nice bit of abstract art. If you'd like to get one for yourself, please check the links in the description below. They are affiliate links, which means I get a small commission from any order that you make through them, which is great because it helps support this channel. Thanks for watching. This has been the Oleo 10 puzzle by Puzzle Master.